Another moment of learning. Another Tell It All with Teacher Nhoie. As of this moment, we will be talking about one of the greatest sociological issues that has rocked our society in general and even our communities in specific. This is about the maletas, that we received in exchange of loyalty and principle. So, we will be entitling our Tell It All today with Contextualizing the Maleta Syndrome. Maleta, of course, in English is translated into the word suitcases. Now, I will bring you back a little bit into the history of this cliche. When you hear maleta, it is because some of our government officials were bribed, their principals were bought, with a suitcase full or a maleta full of money. Now, some of us individuals, especially in the professional society, we take this maleta literally. However, let me remind you, maleta is just a syllogism. Maleta is just a representation. Even if we do not have maletas or suitcases in our local societies, in our local institution, it is still possible that the Maleta Syndrome is actually existing in our very own environment. How? The concept of filling this maleta with money is to give this maleta to the person to change what they really believe. In fact, to change their right belief into a crooked belief. Therefore, sometimes this maleta becomes only a representation because favors can come not only in money but in any other form. Let me give you 4 basic examples of maleta which contains non-monetary things. Well, if you are a person who agree to a bribe just because you want the promotion, that is a maleta syndrome in itself. Why? Because you do not want to fight fair. You do not want to be in the quadrangle with equality. You want something that is wrong that can elevate you among others. Another thing, if you agree to follow anything and everything to get favors in return, well, sometimes, we want to be in a position wherein we are above everybody, even to the point of doing what is not just, doing what is not correct, just to assure ourselves of our advantage over others. And when we have this advantage, of course, you know what will happen. You will get accolades, you will get promotion, you will get what you want. The only thing is you did not get it correctly. So that is still an example of a maleta syndrome. Next, if you agree to follow blindly good and bad commands in exchange for tenure of work, well, this is very common in some institutions, wherein some people are applying not because they are qualified, but because they have internal support. In the dialect, we call this padrino. May mga maninoy. May mga backer. Now, this is a form of receiving a maleta in a maleta syndrome, because when the time comes, when your backer needs you, even in the wrong principles that they have, you have to pay back what they have done for you. That's why it's still called a maleta syndrome. And then, lastly, agreeing not to say something when there's a need to talk in exchange for better treatment and perks. In short, because you're receiving favor, because you are receiving a special treatment, you're just like the 3 monkeys. You see nothing, you hear nothing, you speak nothing. And then the system will love you because whatever is wrong with the system, nobody will know because you shut your eyes, you shut your mouth, and you shut your ears. So, dear streamers, when I was telling you at the start of this Tell It All that the Maleta Syndrome is not a physical or, shall we say, a real money syndrome like what is happening to government only, but it can be in a form of bribes, it can be in a form of favors, it can be in a form of having dishonesties just to get above others, it can be in a form of taking advantages of what the system can do wrongly to you. This is still what we call Maleta Syndrome. That's why I have to tell you honestly, if you want to receive this Maleta, especially this non-monetary Maleta, you are surrendering many things. One of that is you are trying to indirectly say that you are incapable of getting that without the Maleta. You're trying to say that you are not fit because you need something beyond normal to make you qualified for a certain want that you have. It makes you weaker more than stronger in your quest to become a good professional, a good career person. That's why, if you want to be the best version of yourself, do your best. If people around you cannot see what you're doing, and they may even opt to see the wrong, or shall we say, to change their view about you because they want to paint you with a different picture, remember, our God from above is not blind. He sees, and He knows the right time to vindicate things for us. So, dear streamers, avoid the Maleta Syndrome. You are far better than that. Another moment of learning, another Tell It All with Teacher Nhoie.